The Pat McGann Show is presented to you by Tiege Hanley, uncomplicated skincare for men.
So they give me the light, and I go, okay, I'm going to bring up your headliner, Walt Willey. And he walks up, and he shakes my hand, he leans in, he goes, hey, man, what's your name?
What's your name?
And he goes, give it up for Brian, everybody.
To capture what Zanies is, who do you say like has been up on that stage?
Coming up, Seinfeld, Jay Leno, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy's been there. I mean, almost anybody who's done anything has come through there.
Do you think that your wife and your two daughters have like their own group text?
I 100%. I think they do. Yeah.
Do you ever want to like take a look at it?
Absolutely not. No. I already know what I'm doing wrong, Pat. I don't need to confirm it via text.
My son got his tongue pierced at the Fish concert. But
yeah,
other than that,
just out of somebody's
but I think it closed up because he wasn't cleaning it.
That'll do it.
That was before I had a relationship with Tiege. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Pat McGann Show. I cannot believe it is September. I hope everyone is doing well. All of our smooth-skinned listeners. You like that? How I drop in a little bit. It's not like an overbearing sponsor mention.
Slipped it in.
But we just slip it in there, right? Joining me today, very funny guest, great comic, buddy of mine. Also runs Zanies Comedy Club, one of the most historic comedy clubs, one of the longest running comedy clubs.
1978.
1978.
That's
so what's that make it?
How much? 47, 48 maybe?
Yeah. Comics not always great at
that's
math.
Math is a little early for
Who knows
that.
When it opened?
Well,
right?
I know it opened in 1978 for sure.
Right.
How many years ago that was? No idea.
Time is made up. As I learned today, looking into September, did you know that September is named after the number 7? It was the 7th month. And then they just added 2 months.
That's incredible. What 2 months did they add?
They added January, and this is going to piss people off. They added January and February. Like, dude, why don't you throw some more summer in there?
Yeah, this is Chicago, right?
Historically, the problem was, I guess there were just unaccounted. There was time that was just unaccounted for. Like they just said, all right, and it made up about 60 days of the winter. It sounds like kind of Game of Thrones-ish, right?
Yeah.
The winter is coming, and they just like
make it up as they go along.
Darkness. Huh? So you just had 2 months of no time.
I don't get it at all. I mean, September. So October was already there then.
Yes.
November was already there. December already had his foot in the door.
That was it. That was the 10th month, and it was only a 10-month year. So then they added, I don't know. I think the Catholics got involved. They're still controlling my calendar. My kids are in Catholic school, and they're still monopolizing things with the dates. But I don't know. I don't understand it all. But here we go. Now we have 12 months, and hard to believe that it is September. I was wanted to talk a little bit about where I was this weekend. I was in Toronto. If you guys were at the show, appreciate it. Good times in Toronto.
I saw that. I saw you were in Toronto.
Yeah, I saw that. Or you were telling me you lived in Toronto.
I lived in Toronto for 4 years, I think. I was very young, and I was fascinated.
This is back when there was only 10 months?
That's correct. There was no January or February back then. I lived there for 4 years, I think. I don't know. I was maybe 9, 10, 11, 12-ish, just like that. It was great. It was a very cool vibe for a kid of that age.
I mean, living in a different country. And it is a country. There's people talk like, oh, we're going to make it the 51st state.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No.
That is, and out of respect to Canadians, I was up there. I've been up there a lot lately. I see at least 3-4 states out of this place.
There's too many differences to make it its own country. Like I was milk comes in a bag in Canada. Like you snip it, and like you go to the grocery store, and then there's a big bag, and there's 3 small bags in the big bag, and then you put one of the small bags in like a pitcher, and then you snip the end of it, and then that's how you pour your milk. So your milk's constantly open when it's in the fridge.
How do you put it back in the fridge? You tie like
it's in a pitcher, and then you just put the pitcher in the fridge, and then you pour it until the bag's empty, and then you take that bag out, and you put another bag in, and then you clip the end of it and you pour it out of the corner. It's fascinating.
And that's still happening there, you think?
I don't know. That was a long time ago, Pat. I mean, it was happening then, and I was like, I got to get out of here. I can't do this with the milk.
And how did you end up there?
My dad got shuffled around quite a bit when I was a kid. So
What did he do?
He was a manager of like steel drums. He didn't manage the steel drums. They
Steel
made
drums
steel
like
drums. Like big oil
like Kokomo,
drums
the
and
instrument,
stuff.
and
like big oil.
I thought you meant like they play in like calypso. Like
he was the manager of all that. Like, hey, you're coming in too hot. No, it was like a big 55-gallon steel drum. So he managed the plant, and he knew that.
No one in Canada was capable of doing this.
Apparently not. No, they brought him in. They paid him top dollar too, which was actually lower than the American rate. That
Oh, right, yeah. That's still the case. There was a time, like not too long ago, the dollars were almost even.
Yeah.
But now we're at like $1.40.
That's crazy. I remember getting birthday cards from my grandparents, and I was like, I'm loaded. Do you guys see what's going on over here? I get $1.20.
Throwing the American money around,
Yeah.
flashing American cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had a good time up there. I had my girlfriend with me, which was nice,
Yeah.
getting out.
Little getaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been dating someone a little more serious than, so I'm starting to, and I got some advice for divorce guys if you're out there, because this has
they're out
really
there.
worked out for me.
Yeah.
You got to meet someone, like, you got to go to like TJ Maxx or
Yeah.
Marshall's.
Yeah.
That's where you
go?
Yeah, you got to get yourself a thrift trap.
That's
what you need.
You can go to the grocery store and ram your cart into them like Happy Days back in the day. Didn't they do that? They used to,
That's how they would pick up girls?
yeah, they'd ram their cart with them, and that was it. There was love.
That was Happy Days?
I think it was Happy Days.
Yeah,
I think Fonzie was showing Richie how to pick up girls, something like that. I don't know. maybe
Fonzie
not.
would just lean on a jukebox,
Wow.
just snap, and the girls would appear.
That was Fonzie.
Does he hold up? Fonzie would be canceled today, I think.
Oh, there's no way he would be
Right?
around today. Yeah, he couldn't. No.
Yeah, I love the Happy Days jump the shark reference, because I feel like that's what we're all kind of questioning. Like, has the world jumped the shark? Has America?
Fonzie would immediately get kicked out of the bar. He hit the jukebox. Get him out of here.
Yeah. The thing about Canada, though, that struck me, we were driving to the club. They have a pizza place there called Pizza, and it looks like a Little Caesars vibe, like Little Caesars
Really?
font.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, is that what they call it up here?
You think that's on purpose?
Pizza?
Yeah.
Look it up. It's before Little Caesars.
Yeah.
And when Little Caesars launched that like global campaign, that was their slogan, people in Canada were very confused.
Pizza's like, we're hot and ready. Like, hold on a second here. You can't be.
Yeah.
You got to be one or the other.
They have a burger place. Where's the beef? I think that we stole that idea. Because I think Little Caesars is out of Detroit, not too far.
Yeah.
This
No,
guy
not
was
far at
probably
all.
over in Windsor
Hey,
at a
passing
strip
through.
club.
Right.
And like, oh, I got an idea. Take this back to the States. And so not everything is what it
So
appears
you
to
think
be.
the
You think we're
Pizza
in
was the original, and then Little Caesars was somebody who picked up on it. Is that what you think, or you don't think it went the other way?
No, that's what happened. That
Is
Yeah.
actually what happened.
Little Pizza was there in
1978.
60s,
same time
late
Zanies
60s.
opened.
And Little Caesars came out in like early 70s.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. So yeah, you're right. Probably.
We got to give the Canadians more credit than we do, So just noticing those things like that, it does feel like bizarro America there. Like
Yeah.
it's like very similar, but some things are just
It's nice. I remember it being extremely clean. Is it still very clean?
fairly clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think people often compare Toronto to Michigan.
Yeah.
It's on the Great Lake there.
Yeah.
It's on Lake Ontario, and it's it's a vibrant city. It has a New York energy to it as well, because it's very like worldly. Like it's very mixed in terms of like cultures,
sure.
and you have it doesn't feel like you're on the maybe feels more East Coast than Midwest. But
I saw the first concert I've ever seen. I was 9 years old. I saw Ted Nugent at Maple Leaf Gardens.
oh wow,
That's what it was called at the time. I don't know if it was, but yeah, that 9 years old. I terrible Teddy, man. We were ripping it up.
I love the parenting choice.
It was actually
Is he in third grade? Let's take him to see Ted.
My older brother took me. He was 9 years older than me, so he was like 18. But still probably a 9-year-old out with an 18-year-old.
Did he want to take you?
He wanted to take a girl, and they were not available for him to take, so I got to go. And then I remember the story the very next day. We're wearing our concert shirts, and there was this like hot girl, and she goes, "Oh, you saw Ted Nugent?" And she goes, "I would have loved to go." And he goes, "Where the hell were you 2 days ago?" I had to take him.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I never have seen him live.
Yeah,
that's that reminds me though. My son went to a concert this summer. I had no clue he was going. He went to see Fish.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No
he's
idea.
10. Yeah, it was not during my weekend.
Sure.
So he came back and he was like, "Dad, I went to a Fish concert," and he's just shaking his head like.
Was your Uber a VW bus? They pick you up in the bus for that?
Everybody was smoking around me. Like, yeah, they were.
Of course they were.
Yeah, he was probably high. I mean, that's the thing. He'll go to college like, 10 years from now, I'll be like, I felt like this one time before.
How did you not know he was going? It's just not.
It just wasn't discussed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found out afterwards.
He's wearing a new concert shirt.
He had a Fish sticker on his bike. He had put it back there.
On his bike.
I'm like, where'd that come from, dude? He's like, chill out, bro. And I guess he's a big Fish fan. So he's been traveling the country, kind of following them around.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's what you do when you're 10.
Yeah, but hey, you went to see Ted Nugent.
Yeah, it was 9. For the first concert ever. It was pretty incredible.
I can't name a Ted Nugent song.
I could.
Detroit Rock City. Is he like a Detroit
Kiss.
song?
That's,
that's Kiss.
He was the Motor City Madman.
Yes.
That was his claim to fame, and he actually started Little Caesars in Detroit. No,
now he's just a madman.
Yeah, now he's like really crazy over the top. But back then it was really more about the music, or at least he hid all his agenda with the music, I think.
Yeah, you were here.
I was here
this weekend.
I was here this weekend. Yeah, I did a show in. It was called Diggs on Canal. That was the name of the place I did. And where was it at? So the south suburbs somewhere.
See, this is the thing that people don't always appreciate.
It's the worst. I know exactly what you're going to say, too. You're like, I can't remember where I was an hour ago. I can't remember where I was this weekend.
And meanwhile, other people are like, man, I was at this show. This guy was so fun. This place is awesome. And you're like, I don't remember where I was.
Yeah.
Diggs on Canal?
Diggs on Canal. It was in Lamont. That's where it was.
Lamont. There you go.
Yeah. And they took very good care of us, and they fed us before the show, which is always a big bonus of mine. If they feed you while you're there, I'm like, this place is classy.
Do you have a big appetite before the show?
Not usually, but if it's free food, I'm like, I'll order something.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is kind of part of the perks of doing a show.
For sure.
So sometimes I'll take it home. Sometimes I'll order it to go. They love that.
Well, you're going to be happy today because we're not going to give you food, but we're going to give you some lotion.
I'll take some lotion.
That's right. You will take some lotion from Tiege Hanley. I'm going to drop a little ad right here.
All right.
For the people. The Pat McGann Show is presented to you by Tiege Hanley, uncomplicated skincare for men. Are you seriously washing your face with a 3-in-1 body wash? You still use a flip phone too? You working on a new MySpace post? No wonder your face looks like a rotten jack-o'-lantern. Meet Tiege Hanley. It's got everything you need to be attractive. Science-backed, foolproof. No 12-step nonsense. You wash, you exfoliate, you moisturize. We got 24,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars and over 3 million boxes sold. These guys are as legit as it gets. It's time to fix your face, okay? Go get a box of Tiege Hanley at Tiege.com/Pat to get 40% off your first order and a free gift. That's Tiege.com/Pat. Tiege Hanley. It's the way we face the day. All right, so you're in Lamont. You're in the Venice of
it was the Mecca.
Of the what is it? Southwest Illinois. What county is
that's
Lamont?
South suburbs. Will? No, not Will. Maybe Cook. I feel like it's Cook.
It still is.
Yeah, I feel like it is.
But meanwhile, not only is Brian a great comic, but you run in Zanies in Old Town, as we mentioned. Been there since 1978. That's kind of where I started.
Yeah.
But I know you guys are still open just about every night of the week.
Yep,
right?
we're open 7 days a week.
How many clubs are open 7 days a week?
I know of one.
The Comedy Cellar?
No,
or just
Zanies.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure the Comedy Cellar is too.
Yeah, I think
there's
the
a few
Cellar
of
in
them
New
that are
York-
staples that are. I'm imagining the Comedy store in LA is probably open 7 days a week.
and the Improv in
Yeah.
LA. Yeah, a couple in LA,
I think there's those handful that are established.
but not many.
No. But being downtown Chicago too, it helps because
And you go to the Zanies calendar, and it is a lot different than it used to be. You know, a
yeah.
lot of times comics would come in, and they'd be there Tuesday through Sunday.
Yeah.
And that was the week.
yeah.
Now you guys are booking a lot of one-night acts, people in for just a couple nights. How do you see that working?
Yeah, I think it's better. I think it's, when they used to do Tuesday through Sunday, you get 30 people on a Tuesday night, 40 on a Wednesday, 50 on a Thursday, right? And then your weekends would always be pretty busy. And then Sunday, inevitably, it was just back to 30 or whatever, So they spread one act out over 6 days. And now they'll take that comedian and go, hey, or let's do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now they just condensed his whole week into the 3 days. So it helps, sell out all the shows and get that. And then we do one-offs the rest of the week, we do a showcase night usually on Mondays. It's called Super 6 where we book 15 comics.
The Super
It's the
615.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well, because on a night like that,
Exactly.
you have a lot of comics that are just dropping in,
It
trying
is.
new stuff. That's when I like to go there, and
Of course.
these days.
And it makes sense, too, because back in the day when you did book somebody 6 days a week, there wasn't a lot of opportunities for up-and-coming comics because that was the show. Your show was the same 3 comics Tuesday through Sunday. Well, now you can do a showcase, and we can put 10 comics on the show, give them an opportunity to get up on the Zanies stage, which is legendary, and, feel it out. I remember going to Zanies. I don't know about you, Pat. When I went, I was so nervous. I walk into that room, you see everybody on the wall that's ever performed there, and you're like,
When you look
think I
at that
belong
wall,
here.
when you look at that wall, or when you talk to someone about Zanies, who are the names that you're like, you want people to capture what Zanies is? Who do you say has been up on that stage?
Coming up, Seinfeld, Jay Leno,
Eddie
Dave
Murphy has been
Chappelle,
there.
Eddie Murphy's been there. Almost anybody who's done anything has come through there early on in their career. And we've even had comics who've come later. We had Joe Rogan a couple years ago. He had sold out the Chicago Theater, and he had just never done Zanies, but he'd heard so many stories from people on his podcast and stuff about it. So he booked a Thursday night, one show, sold out in 10 minutes or whatever. Regular ticket prices. We didn't go crazy with the prices.
Was he funny?
He was very funny. They loved him, and he had so many people with him. Security detail. They were very like, hey, where's he walking in at?
Oh man!
They were by the stage. They were everywhere. And so he came in. He was as nice as he could have been with all that going on.
That's a
lot going
tight
on.
space for
It
him,
is.
especially being unvaccinated.
Yeah, well,
Scared of
nobody else in the green room.
Yeah, right. So you got the if you haven't been to Zanies, the history that Brian's talking about is very well documented, right? You got all the headshots on the wall.
Yeah.
You go in there, you feel it immediately, and it is the ideal comedy club in terms of space. It's tight.
It's tight.
It's low ceiling.
Yeah.
It's dark, and it is run
Scary.
so well. A lot of clubs. They drop checks at the end of the show. Yeah. They have some chaos going on. They don't put the comic first.
Right.
And I think that Zanies has always done that. And,
Yeah.
and you guys are doing it, even more now.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're, so we do this special one-offs. We're able to give more opportunities to even local comics who are kind of features or regular features. We're like, here, let's offer you a headlining night.
Yeah.
Because most of the other clubs in the city, they're just spots. They're 10-minute spots. So Zanies is probably truly one of the only headliner clubs that's really left. And I think one of the reasons it's sustained was because it is so small.
Yeah.
So all these other 300-seaters, after the boom and everything, they had to shut down. Just expenses got too high. Zanies had been there so long that they were able to keep everything in control, even with a little bit of a smaller room. But you still get that really cool comedy club, vibe to it.
And there's something going on in comedy right now that is probably pretty obvious to people, like the influencers.
Yes.
The people that are on TikTok, or maybe they're not like a typical stand-up.
Right.
They don't have like a complete act,
Yeah.
but they have a following. And what I love about this is because it kind of mirrors or represents what it used to be.
Yeah.
Like kind of when I was started out, those people, the influencers were like soap opera stars.
Yeah.
Like
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Walt Willey.
Yeah, that would be who you have on a one-nighter.
Yeah. And he would sell out, you know,
Yeah.
and you're like, because he's got all these fans and, like he didn't have social media at the time. He didn't have TikTok or Instagram or whatever. So how all those fans knew he was going to be there is still a question mark for me. But that was exactly it. He'd come in on a Thursday and he'd sell out the place, and then you go back to your regular scheduled program.
Was he on
for Friday,
All My
Saturday.
Children?
He
or-
was on All My Children.
He was. That's so great. I love that.
He,
And it would be. I opened for him a couple of times. All women.
I
all
did
like
too.
not even listening to him because he actually had to act. He wanted to be.
He was a comedian.
Yeah,
so.
he wanted to be
For sure.
doing stand up, and they're just like, "Tell us about who killed Jenny, or who. Why did you really have amnesia?"
I worked with him one time too. It was St. Charles Zanies, and it was a 2-person show, so I did like 20 up front, and then he was late, so I didn't even get to meet him before the show or anything. And then they just said, "We'll give you a light when he's here," right? So I had to just go. So I started at word 1 of my act, and I go, I got to do everything because I don't know when it's going to end. So they give me the light, and I go, "Okay, I'm going to bring up your headliner, Walt Willey." And he walks up, and he shakes my hand. He leans in. He goes, "Hey, man, what's your name?"
What's your name?
And he goes, "Give it up for Brian, everybody."
Did you know he was there because you got the light, or because you smelled his aftershave or cologne? What, do you remember
gave me
that part?
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
maybe I got closer to him than you did. But he really had the.
Yeah, he was wearing it.
the
Huh?
scent, yeah.
Well, I mean, he had to. Those ladies there to see him.
Oh, they were all over him
Yeah.
after the show.
I bet.
Yeah.
Bet.
So that's interesting because now that's shifted. It's the YouTube star, the TikTok star, and you're seeing it all over the country.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a comedy club, and they're like, this week Pat McGann's here, next week Andrew Yang.
Yeah,
Like, what? Anybody that can get a crowd.
It's true, and I think for the clubs or the venues, I think it's great because now you can get somebody in there on a Monday night or a Tuesday night that could sell 140 tickets on a rate, and you're like, okay, well, we still have our comedy and we're still staying true to our roots there, but it's an entertainment venue at the very end of the day, right? And you
sure.
It's about
And it's
selling tickets and
definitely. And the other thing I love about Zanies is it has a mix of local, in terms of people, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of Chicago people go to the show,
Yeah.
but you get tourists too. You get people
Absolutely.
that are in town. There's a little probably trickle down. It's right 2 doors down from Second City, basically.
Yeah.
And that's also cool. It's a little
Yeah.
bit of a comedy hub in our
It
city
is.
that you can feel that energy there.
We get more and more people who are out of the country too that just they're in Chicago and they see Zanies and they just know of the name, and then they come in on a Monday night or a Tuesday night.
and then you deport them?
No, we say, listen, I know it's called Super 6, but there's 13. All right, just let's get that out of the way.
Yeah. It's like the months.
Yeah.
We added some.
Sure.
We added some.
Well, you were a house MC at Zanies, which was very popular back in the day, and we don't really do it that much anymore, house MCs, where you would do like a whole month, right?
Well, I looked out for that. I mean,
Yeah.
that is really where I became like a comic.
Yeah.
Doing all those shows, and I would get booked a month at a time. There was a stretch I did at Zanies. I did 9 straight months. It was like right when our kids were very young.
Sure.
And only off on Mondays.
Yeah.
And like you said, that week was Tuesday through Sunday, and during that time you would do like 14 shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to do those too. I never did 9 months in a row, but I would do one here, one there, and I was still working full time at the time. So for me, it was a commute. Like I'd work all day, shoot downtown. At that time, I think the show was 8:30. It started, so you'd get out of there at 10 o'clock, and I had to drive home, get up for work, go back, do the same thing. Now do that 6 nights in a row.
Oh,
I
it's
just
a grind.
remember by Sunday, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that some people would be like, feel overwhelmed by that week, and it has a lot to do with parking and the distance.
Yeah,
and
there was
all
a
that.
lot to it.
I was lucky; I could like walk to the club.
Yeah.
And at that time too, not just the stage time, but being like exposed to all those comedians and picking their brain and watching them, watching them, and you get to meet, so many. If I didn't work with Walt Willie, like,
I think the experience
the
too,
hunk from General Hospital.
The experience of the whole thing too was because I think at the time Bert, who was the general manager, he used to like when you welcomed the crowd. He used to like when you talked to them a little bit. And so you got that experience, which a lot of clubs don't like that at all. They don't like it when you talk to them. So you used to be able to do a little bit of crowd work, so you can work on those skills a little bit. Then you do your material, and then think about it, doing 14 sets in 1 week, just back to back. You could take 1 or 2 or 3 bits, and you could work them out by the end of the week, brand new bits, and you're like, oh, I got this figured out. And then the next week you come back, boom, you got a few more things you want to work on. So building your act was...
the crowd work aspect of it you're mentioning was like, that was kind of forced on me at that time, because I was terrified of that.
Yeah.
To go up there and like break that wall and like say like, where are you guys from? Where are you celebrating? And Bert Haas, who you mentioned, total legend, and he has had a lot of influence on the comedy world, especially in Chicago, and helped grow Zanies.
Yeah.
Zanies has got a club in Nashville, which is really taken off.
Yeah.
Nate Bargatze is very much connected to that club. I think he does his podcast out of there.
Yep.
I'm actually going to be down in Nashville at Zanies September 11th.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then you have the club in Rosemont, which is, built to be a comedy club.
Yeah.
Zanies originally was a strip club.
Yeah, that's correct. 1977. I don't know if that's accurate, but you're right. It was a strip club before it was Zanies. Which once you get in there and you tell people that, then they go, yeah, of course it was.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else it would have been.
The stage is higher.
Yeah.
And then I think there was like a runway that went down the middle of the room.
Yeah.
And they chopped that up. You talk about like using everything.
Oh, yeah.
They chopped that up and made tables out of that runway.
Yeah.
In the, they've washed it down since. You can go there. They had some Clorox.
It's all clean now.
But they had, that was like a little bit of a seedy area, Wells Street, at some point.
Yeah, I heard that. It's definitely come a long way since then.
Yeah, it's got some history. The first Crate and Barrel was right there.
Somebody told me there was did you know there's somebody said there was a Ripley's Believe It or Not on Wells Street at one time. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was.
That's crazy. That's total touristy if you got one of those there.
Oh, yeah. Had a wax museum and it was a little bit of an odd stretch. But great club, and you have some great shows coming up, or what?
Yeah, we got a full lineup. Obviously, 7 days a week. An old friend of mine from back in the day, Chad Daniels, who is really jumped on the social media, like not as a influencer, but as a comedian, and he embraced the social media, and he's done incredibly well. Hey Chad, do you think you can come back to this small little club?
Oh, Chad's like
so
a comic.
Gracious.
I mean, I don't know what he's up to now, like in terms of, I think he's dating Kelsey.
Yeah,
Cook,
correct.
Right?
Yeah.
He is a comic that the staff would be like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, Chad's coming next week. Like,
yeah.
They would get ready, right? Because everybody's going out. It's going to be a party. Hilarious comic.
Yeah,
so funny.
He's great and so nice, too, and genuine. So I was like, hey, would you come back to Zanies? Because he's doing bigger theaters and stuff now and doing these huge tours. And he texts back. He's like, absolutely. He goes, I'm going to make sure that I make Zany Chicago my next stop in Chicago. So I get to tell the staff, I'm like, yeah, we got Chad Daniels coming. I called in a favor.
There you go.
And I think my street credibility with them just popped right up, right? Because they don't.
Is that when you book yourself too? Like,
I got it.
I'm going to get an opener for you.
Don't worry, I got it, Chad. Somebody who knows you well.
You got to be, tempted to do that sometimes, right?
I'm not, honestly. For me, downtown was never a club that I thought I was a great fit for. I never turned down work there because I always felt like no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning and I'm building and I'm becoming more experienced. But downtown was never really my vibe, or at least that club. I always did so much better in the suburbs and stuff with my act. Because honestly, once I started creating, it was more about kids and family and that. And downtown is like a really hip, cool vibe, and they don't want to hear about my wife.
Have you told her that?
I haven't told her that, no.
That's great. But I think your stuff plays anywhere. Sometimes that becomes like a...
Yeah, it's more of a head thing, too, for me. I'm like, I don't think this is my room. But then I'd go there and have a great set. And I go, well, maybe this is my room. And then I'd have another set, and I go, maybe it's not.
Yeah, and you could just riff with them, too.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. You're going to stick around. We're going to play a little game with some trivia, talk about some current stuff. Let's just take a quick word from Tiege. The Pat McGann Show is presented to you by Tiege Hanley, uncomplicated skincare for men. Are you seriously still washing your face with a 3-in-1 body wash? You still use a flip phone too? What are you working on a MySpace post? No wonder your face looks like a rotten jack-o'-lantern. Meet Tiege Hanley. It's got everything you need to be attractive. It's science-backed, foolproof, no 12-step nonsense. You wash, you exfoliate, you moisturize. We got over 24,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, and over 3 million boxes sold. These guys are as legit as it gets. It's time to fix your face, boys. Go get a box of Tiege Hanley at Tiege.com/Pat to get 40% off your first order and a free gift. That's Tiege.com/Pat. Tiege Hanley. It's the way we face the day. All right, we're back, and lovely little drop there from Tiege Hanley, the sponsor, the Chicago company.
Yeah.
The reason that we're up and running. We got a legit broadcast here because we have. Do you have a skincare?
A routine?
Yeah. Do you?
Well, in the morning, first thing, I usually rub a little toothpaste off my lip. And then I do use some moisturizer for my face because it's a little dry. It's better now. It used to be really bad, but I started using a lotion for it. And my skin's very sensitive, so not everything works on it. And sometimes it would kind of...
Well, you came to the right place.
That's what I heard. That's why I'm here today.
I mean, there is a... I'm using this stuff. I like it. I mean, you could tell I'm glowing. I look smooth, right? My elbow is...
Healed up?
It's getting there. And that's what I got to work on. It's the hard to see places.
Yeah, those.
But yeah, there's a lot you can do. And they gave me a cucumber body wash, which is nice. I actually had it pickled, so it smells a little different. But yeah, you gotta check some of this stuff out. And I'm just grateful that they gave us a place to play.
This is awesome.
Yeah. We have a lot going on, as we mentioned. September, a lot of. You ever pay attention to these holidays? Like, it is ridiculous, right? Like the national days.
Oh my gosh,
Baby
National
Back Ribs Day.
Yeah, right. There's a Tell a Joke Day. I like the Tell a Joke Day. Actually, that's actually a fun day.
That's every day.
Yeah. Well, it should be every day.
I mean, you got here's what's coming up just this week. National Blueberry Popsicle Day.
That's this week?
That's this week already. I mean, can you believe it? Bowling League Day.
Oh.
Do people still, are they in bowling league still?
Yeah, they are. I just talked to somebody. I go, you bowl? And I go, still? I said the same thing.
Do they have kids?
Still? They're older. They're grown up now.
See, yeah, because every league that I have to do with is like dropping off, picking up.
Yeah, it's the kids' league, yeah. I started asking, I go, well, what's your average? And then they go like 160. I go, that's actually pretty good.
My mom used to say that to me if I ever came home like in high school, like, people were smoking then, right? Everyone was smoking around you. You come home, be embedded in your jeans, your hair. Yeah. And she would always say, you smell like a bowling alley.
That's funny.
And my dad was in a bowling league. This is like before that.
Yeah.
And I don't think she loved that. Like, oh, really? You went to work all day and now you're going to go bowling? You're bringing the kids. And that was like every dad. Every dad had to bring their kids with.
Yeah.
So then you had like, 20 dads bowling and 40 kids run around a bowling alley.
Yeah.
Trying to, stay out of trouble. But, you're going into the arcade and you probably dodging, through sex offenders and who knows who was in there.
You're probably right.
That was just the people that were running the place. But yeah, we got a lot going on this week. Pierce your ears day. Do you have an ear pierced?
No. My daughter's got 2 sets, and she's like, I'm going for 3. And I go, I don't know if that's a good idea, but
she's gonna get a third.
Yeah,
on each.
She says. She's got 2 sets, I guess, and then she wants to go higher. I always get weirded out by on the top of the ears. That scares me. That seems like something that it's not normal for ear piercing, but I don't know. I don't know a lot about earrings.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't have any piercings. My son got his tongue pierced at the Fish concert. But
yeah,
other than that,
just out of somebody's.
But I think it closed up because he wasn't.
He
wasn't cleaning it.
That'll do it.
That was before I had a relationship with Tej. Don't we have things that we could talk about in remembrance?
Yeah,
like things that happened. Years before,
like World Coconut Day. Think about that. Why are we celebrating that?
I'm not.
No, you're not.
I mean, who is doing anything?
Well, the world is, Pat, obviously.
And it doesn't seem fair that you have like 8 things on one day.
Yeah.
For me, it's like back to school. That's the vibe. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, had to get all the school supplies. You have kids still in school?
Yeah, they're juniors in
you have twins.
I have twins, and they're juniors in high school now. So, you know, the whole school supply thing isn't as fun as it used to be, but they were excited to go back to school. The summer is just... There's no structure to it, you know. You wake up, what are you doing today? This is it, you know. I'm just nothing. So I think they like okay, I got to get up at this time. I got to go do something, and there's a little.
And it's a boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl, yeah, Jake and Jenna.
And how is that having twins? Is that in your family?
Yeah, it's not my family, but my wife's family. Her dad's a twin, and then my wife's sister also.
You have
has
2 father-in-laws?
What did I say?
That her dad's a twin.
Her dad, my father-in-law is a twin. Yeah.
Identical?
No. A boy and a girl also. And then my wife's sister has twins too. They're a year older than my twins. So, but
also boy, girl?
Yeah, also a boy and a girl.
Oh, so this is a thing.
Yeah, it apparently is. They say it skips a generation, but didn't skip enough generations for me. But you know what? Growing up with them, it was very hard at the time. But now they're juniors in high school, and you're like. It was all very hard back then, but now it's like that time has gone by. It went by so fast.
Yeah.
You're like, was it really that hard? At the time, it seemed.
I mean, I don't want to be, out of step here, but like I imagine if you're talking to your daughter when she's going away to college or becoming a young woman, you got to be careful. And twins runs in the family. So it's
absolutely. Yeah. You make sure that they know that.
That's got to be tough in high school. Some kid, Mom, I think I'm. Yeah, you are. And it's triplets. You're having 3.
The question, they always go, you have twins? And I go, yeah, a boy and a girl. And then they go, are they identical? They say the same thing. And I just shake my head. Yeah, they both have, no, they're not identical.
I always thought it would be cool to have twins. But it's got to be tough out the gate. The payoff's probably later.
It's double the work from just having a baby, which if you're not experienced, that's enough for something. And then you have 2 of them, and you got to figure it out. We did learn early on, though, like when one of them woke up in the middle of the night, we would just wake them both up because as soon as you get one situated and back down, and then you go and you relax, and then the other one gets up, and now you're up for another hour and a half. So we just wake them both up, get them done, and then put them both back down.
Yeah, you had to have a strat.
Yeah, we had strat.
All right, so my question would be, so you have 2 girls and a boy.
Yeah.
Do your daughters have a sister bond, and then you have the twin bond?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the sisters, it was a little more jealousy, I think. But now that they're older, they really connect. But there's still something there. There's an underlying something going on. But then the twins, the boy and the girl, they have a bond. They're completely different, but there is still that bond with each other. That's really close. But they all get along. I mean, I used to fight with my brothers and sisters. We'd call up my mom at work. She's like, Mom, and she's like, are you kidding me? But we didn't have to ever deal with any of that with our kids. They were pretty good.
That's great. I mean, I feel that with my kids too, but I'm realizing now my daughter's getting older. I got the girl, 2 boys. Yeah. My daughter and, her mom, they have a bond that is different. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And I was told by the girl I'm dating now that they will always have like secrets. Sure. Like they just do. They don't. And you just gotta, they probably have, it's just the 2 of them, but do you think that your wife and your 2 daughters have like their own group text?
I 100%. I think they do. Yeah.
Do you ever want to take a look at it?
Absolutely not. No. I already know what I'm doing wrong, Pat. I don't need to confirm it via text.
All right. I'm going to ask you some trivia questions. Sure. We're going to jump into this, and don't, if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. It's really just a way to bring up these
You're going to find out about me very quickly, Pat. If I don't know it, I don't know it.
All right. How about this? Were you paying attention at all? Did you hear all about the uproar over a fast food? Not even a fast food. It was a restaurant logo. That restaurant chain.
Oh, yeah.
Changed its logo.
Yes.
And just the backlash.
Oh, it's crazy. I never even got to see the new logo. I think they changed it back so quickly.
It was, you know who it was? So I had to give you the choices?
No, Cracker Barrel, correct?
Yeah, Cracker Barrel, yeah.
Yeah, I heard all about it.
And the new logo was lame. It was really,
Yeah.
it was a downgrade, but it was like they were pissed off because they took this old white guy and this barrel. They took the cracker and the barrel off of the Cracker Barrel logo.
And then they just made it a word?
And they just
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. What's the big deal?
It's not a big deal, but
No, it is a big deal.
some people got very upset about it.
Yeah, that's...
And I feel like some of the people are the people that get mad about people that get upset about things. It's like, who is the snowflake?
So it's just a word.
Like, why would that even register on
Right.
your... Like,
Yeah.
Can you imagine what's going on in your life if you're like, oh, man, this Cracker Barrel, this is enough.
If nobody told me that they changed the logo, I would have never known that they changed the logo. That's
Right.
how insignificant
Have
it
you
is.
eaten at a Cracker Barrel?
One time. And my son, after this whole uproar, he's like, we should go to Cracker Barrel.
Check. It was good press for them.
Yeah, it was great press for him. Yeah, he's all excited.
What do they even serve? Like, I think I've been to one just...
I think that isn't the big thing the store. You get to walk through the store on your way out to spend more money.
Yeah, I don't know what they had. And I just remember like a game that they had, like a peg game.
Oh, was
Like a piece of wood that they had.
the triangle
Yes.
with the pegs. I remember playing that. Not at the Cracker Barrel, but I just remember the game.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was it. You got that one right.
Yeah,
How about
right.
the big engagement this week?
Big
Who did Taylor get engaged to?
I know that one. That's Travis Kelce.
It is Travis Kelce. Are you following that at all?
No, because I feel at some point they're gonna push it down my throat anyway. So I felt like just let it come to me organically.
Yeah, I always say like people that are getting engaged,
Yeah,
you know, once you get married and have kids,
Yeah.
that doesn't
Yeah.
register.
yeah.
Like people are like, oh, we gotta get like, oh, good for you. That's adorable.
You know, they make a big deal about her at the games and showing her. They cut the. Who cares? I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all.
Right.
I
Why
don't-
wouldn't they show her?
Yeah.
It's like showing Spike Lee at a Knicks game.
Right. Yeah. It's
know?
the same thing.
It's
But he's not engaged to Travis Kelce.
and they're upset because she's been vocal about things, or they think that she's like a loudmouth, or some people think it's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
That the NFL and whoever her camp they
Yeah.
got together and they're like, well, let's put
Let's
these
do
two.
this. Let's combine these two mega powers, the NFL and Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and I don't even consider him to be like.
Yeah.
Is he a mega power? I mean, maybe he is now. He pursued her though. I think didn't
He did. Yeah. He. I know this story. He went to a concert and he was Travis Kelce. So my guess is he's got some sort of special access. And he made a bracelet for her. And he wanted to give it to her, and they wouldn't allow him to give it to her, but somehow it made its way to him. And then a month later, 2 months later, that's when the connection did happen or something. But
Oh wow.
yeah. But you remember he had
He
his
was
own.
making bracelets for her.
He
and
made a friendship bracelet for her. That's her thing.
Who proposed to who in this?
Yeah, that I don't know. But do you remember he used to have his own TV show? It was like a dating.
Oh,
one
he
of
did?
these, like Rock of Love or something like that. But it was Travis Kelce.
There was a great tweet. It was a picture of him and his brother, and it was like, you know, they're like in college, and
Yeah.
they look pretty. They look like mopes.
Yeah.
you know. And it's like, who knew that this one guy would be sexiest man alive, and
Right.
the other would be married to the biggest star in the world or something?
Right.
I guess that the brother got sexiest man alive. Jason.
Jason did?
I guess.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, here's a tough one.
All right.
Sing-along screenings of what movie sold out across the country this weekend?
Wizard of Oz?
Was it
That wasn't one of the.
Wizard of Oz? We'll make that a choice. It
Okay,
wasn't one of the
make-
choices. We'll make that a
I know I
choice.
was going through the choices. That wasn't my guess. So.
Frozen 3,
All right.
Emilia Perez, K-pop Vampire Slayers. What planet are we on right now? I feel
K-pop
so
Vampire
old.
Slayers. What don't
I gotta
you
get my
understand
readers
about that?
for this. What does this say? And then, or K-pop Demon Hunters.
I'm going to guess Wizard of Oz.
It was Wizard of Oz.
Was it?
No,
Crazy.
the K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
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 Oh, man, I have
Makes
to go to
sense
that.
me. Yeah. Where's that playing at? What theater
That is,
that? That's
it's
at
all
theaters?
over
theaters,
the
K-pop
world.
Demon Hunt.
You can catch it at. They have a screen at Zanies this Friday.
Is that a cartoon or is that live action?
It is. I think it's a animated.
Animated.
Was it animated?
That's why I didn't go.
Then how are they K-pop, how are they? Is it based on real people? Or is it like Gem?
Someone who sings to keep away the demons.
Oh,
It's a good girl group.
It's a girl group
Fight demons.
that fights demons.
I mean, I love the concept of it. I'm not familiar with it.
Gem.
It is like Gem?
Yeah, truly outrageous.
Truly outrageous.
Gem?
Yeah, do you remember Gem?
They were a rock band, right?
Yeah.
Girl rock band. I remember that.
Girl
Yeah.
rock band.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I saw? This was a #1 song, and it came from a cartoon, Archie. You know this song is like sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar.
That was from the cartoon?
That was from a cartoon. It wasn't even like a real.
But wasn't that sang by the Archies?
It was sang by the Archies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they made it for the cartoon?
And then it was like topped the charts.
Yeah.
That's where music was.
Oh, that was, I remember, I don't remember it, but I remember hearing it, and it was very popular.
I mean, can you imagine, like, that's a great song. Who's that? This
Yeah.
is Tom and Jerry. Like, they were, like, allowed to sell. They were, like,
I guess.
became.
That was before
Imagine
they-
you're the Rolling Stones. You're like, hey, who's on the charts this week? Oh, we're on the Archies.
Yeah, Archie and Jughead.
Unbelievable. I never knew that.
They were way ahead of it because now they monetize on everything. So
I never knew this either. Have you ever heard of a haboob? A haboob. Engulfed. A haboob engulfed parts of central Arizona on Monday. What is a haboob? This descended on the Phoenix skyline. You know, we had a mini version of this summer in Chicago.
Oh.
Would you guess it's a heat dome, a desert typhoon,
Okay.
a dust storm, or a high-pressure weather system? All of these sound like a high-pressure weather system.
Yeah. And where did it take place?
It took place in Arizona, central Arizona, this past week. There was a haboob.
I think, if I'm going to guess, I think it's a dust storm.
It is a dust storm.
It is a dust storm.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell him what he's won.
What did I win?
Is it some lotion?
Some lotion.
You got you got that one right. And I don't know if you remember, there was a little bit of a dust storm this summer.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
That was a total uproar.
It was like orange.
Yeah.
And I you could definitely feel it.
Yeah.
I had a instance, dude. This was actually one of the scariest things I've ever. I was driving from St. Louis to Chicago last year, and some guy was like plowing his field. He had like a big machine out there, right?
Winds are blowing.
Created so much dust.
Yeah.
And then it crosses over on the 55.
Yeah.
And just like created, dude.
You couldn't see?
Look it up.
Yeah.
There was like a 28, 30 car pile up. People were. I think this is one of the closest to bad situation I've ever been in.
Yeah.
I got off at the very last minute. It was like instinctual.
Yeah.
Like how do you can't, you see it coming.
Yeah, you have to.
It was terrifying, to be honest.
I've seen videos of that in like snowstorms or ice where they can't stop, and then it's just just boom, boom, boom. Yeah, those are scary.
That's fun when you like happen to like watch one on Twitter or something, and then your algorithm's like, oh, you like this stuff?
Right? No, I don't like it at all.
I'm gonna send you. You want to see some plane crashes? You want to see some people drown?
Right.
Here you go.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dude,
Let's
can we
throw
go
it
back
all
to
at
the
him. He
stand-up
can take
clips?
it.
And there was some other stuff too I wanted to ask you about. Like, did you hear there's this high-speed train rail, the Acela train? I've taken this train. It goes from D.C. to New York City, 150 miles an hour. That's what it was going. But they revealed this new high-speed train that they had been working on. And this thing, you know how fast it goes?
151?
160.
Oh, that is.
It's only
just shaved 3 minutes off that trip.
I mean, I think we're a little behind on high-speed rail. They're like, all right, guys, you ready? Hold on to your hats.
Well, that's until you have to take a regular train. Then you're like, yeah, where's that high-speed train?
That is a great thing, though. You take the train into New York City, as opposed to flying there, you get dropped off in Midtown.
Yeah.
You're like at Penn Station. You're in the middle of it all.
Yeah.
You walk right out. Like, that is a good feeling.
That is.
I wish we had some more options with rail, but we're going to talk more about transportation as these episodes go on. But I wanted to thank you, buddy. And you guys, if you want to follow Brian Hicks, go to @FunnyBrian. Is it at Funny Brian Hicks?
At Funny Brian Hicks, yeah.
At Funny Brian Hicks.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Perfect. Yeah, I know you got some shows coming up.
Yep.
You're also going to be at Zanies running things. Check out Zanies. They got a bunch of locations. As I mentioned, I'll be at Zanies in Nashville September 11th. Then I'm going to Atlanta on the 13th, Boston on the 20th, Philly. I got some stuff coming up. That's all on my website. And next week, we got some other comics joining us. Great comics. Maggie Hughes DiPaolo is going to be here.
Maggie's phenomenal.
And Dwayne Kennedy.
Dwayne's also a couple of my favorites.
Yeah,
Those
they're
tops
great.
of Chicago.
But I want to thank you, Brian Hicks,
Thank you
for joining me today. And you guys download, subscribe, check it out. Thank you again to our sponsor, Tej Hanley. And we'll be back next week with some more.
Thanks.
Thank you, Brian.